Next we have probably one of the dumbest exercises. This guy is very, very large. He's built a nice physique, but it's probably not coming from these. What's up guys? Today we're going to be doing a chest exercise tier list specifically for hypertrophy. So you guys can look at this video to see how you should structure your chest days, which things are going to be important, things that you can leave out. Every exercise in this video is going to have a purpose and a way to be programmed. Some things may be more practical, some not so much. It's all going to be based off of experience level, practicality, and your ability to progress these movements. So we got S tier all the way to F tier. So S tier, this is an exercise you have to have at least at some point. If you hit chest twice a week, you should have these exercises at least on one of those days. Then we have A tier, a really good exercise, something that you can use, I think you should use. You should have it on at least one of those 2 days as well. But if you don't have it, you should do a variation of it. And then we have B tier. B tier is going to be, it's good. You can progress this. You can progress this and gain a lot of muscle, but it might have some constraint on setup, machine availability between gyms, and preferences. And then we have C tier. C tier is like, this exercise, it can build your chest, yes, but this is going to be dependent on what point of your fitness journey are you on. C tier you might not use if you've been lifting for 5 to 10 years. You might only stick to S through B tier. D tier, this is like you really don't use this unless you have no equipment or if you want to do a novelty exercise. F tier. F tier, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Don't do this. All right. So we're going to start off with the first exercise. Looks like a barbell bench press. I'm a powerlifting coach. I've started in the gym on a barbell bench. This is something that should be essential to your chest workout. I believe you should use this at some point in your fitness journey. If you're a newer guy, I think it's a great exercise to help build the chest. Not only does it work the chest, it works the shoulders and triceps, but we're gonna just talk about chest right now. Some of the TikTok scientists like to say that barbell bench press isn't good to build chest, which is crazy to me. I think it's one of the best chest builders out there. I'm not gonna say the best, but one of the best, top 5 at least. So we're gonna go barbell bench press, S tier exercise. All right, so up next, it looks like we have a specialty bar here. It looks like a cambered bar. So a cambered bar, it just means that there's gonna be a curve in the bar. Not too many gyms have this. You may have never seen this variation of bench press before. Pretty much what it does is it leaves a curve so that when you go to decline on the bench or descend on the bench, it leaves extra range of motion for your arms to go retract and then pretty much gets a better stretch. It gives a nice stretch. If you've tried it before, you might like it, but it's not the most available equipment. So camber bar, it's a good exercise, but for its non-practicality, we're gonna put it in C tier, just because most gyms don't have this. Powerlifting gyms will probably have it, but if you go to EOS, Crunch, Planet Fitness will definitely not have this, but good exercise, just not for everybody. All right, so next we have it looks like a hammer strength machine, a plate loaded incline chest press. I love the hammer strength plate loaded chest press. It's one of my favorites. It feels really good. It's a fixed movement, so it makes it super easy, super foolproof to make gains on this. So the only thing you have to look out for is arm angle, humeral angle in relation to the torso. Make sure you have an optimal angle for a chest exercise. But I think it's really, really good. There's things that you can replace it with. There's a few other exercises that we'll talk about that I agree with a little bit more. But we're gonna put incline at B tier. I think B tier is solid. It's a good exercise, you can use it. I think at some point in your lifting career, from lifting age 0 to lifting age 10, you will probably use it. I think you should use it. You don't have to make serious gains. There are a few better options, but great for adding variety. All right, so next it looks like we have a decline bench press. Let's go D tier. I'm not gonna spend time on decline bench press. Everything that a decline bench press does, a flat bench press does. So if you don't like if you don't like a regular barbell bench press, you're not gonna like decline bench press because it's the same thing essentially, in my opinion. A lot of the times you see a lot of guys go on decline bench press, they load it up, they put 3 plates on it, they can get some nice reps out of it. That's good, but you're shortening the range of motion, making it effectively an easier bench press. I don't think it's that good to build the chest. It can build the chest, yes. It can build the chest. You can progress this movement. Do you need it? No. I might have done it once or twice. Can you build a nice chest with it? Yeah, you can. You know what, for that reason, we're gonna put it in C tier. Just because you can build pecs with this exercise. Is it ideal? Maybe not. So, next up, we got diamond push-ups, it looks like. So diamond push-ups, they're not necessarily what you would do to gain chest mass. It's usually, oh, I'm doing a home workout. What can I do to help my triceps grow? And the first thing you see is a diamond push-up. Is it practical for chest? No. Will it build your chest a little bit? Yes. It's a push-up. You still have humeral adduction, so you still work the functions of the chest, so I believe it could have some good, but it will not build a good chest physique. So, in terms of building chest, we're gonna say F tier. You don't need to do this to build your chest. You can literally change the variation to a different push-up, and you will get many more chest gains. All right, this is one of my favorites to program, favorites to do. We have the dip. We're gonna go with the S tier for the dip. So a dip is a great compound exercise. You got the chest, triceps, and front delt activated in this position here. If you really know how to do a dip for your chest, it's just a slight forward lean and you get a lot of chest activation there. It's really, really good. Bang for your buck type of exercise. Dips are gonna be great, easy to progress. Add a plate, get a belt. Add a plate to the belt, and you just do dips. You can work up to some pretty strong things. As a powerlifting coach, I love to program these. I like to program the accessories. They can even work as a bench movement. Sometimes I count that in my bench volume for some of my lifters, just because of how intense we'll take that. So I like that, S tier. Next we have, looks like a dumbbell flat chest fly, a flat dumbbell chest fly. So I'm gonna rope incline dumbbell chest fly in with this as well. I like dumbbell chest flies. I think they're a great movement. They're a really, really good accessory. They're a really good accessory for the bench press, especially in powerlifting, because the angles that you move your humerus through, the resistance profile for your humerus and the chest in those positions, it's just really, really good to complement the bench press. Is it the best chest fly variation to grow your chest? I don't think so. It's solid. It's very solid. Do I do it? Yes. I did this 3 days ago. I did an incline variation, an incline dumbbell fly. So do I do this? Do I program this? Yes. Do you need it to grow a nice chest? No. I'm gonna put it in B tier. All right, so next it looks like we have a flat dumbbell bench press. Flat dumbbell bench press, I really like this. It's gonna be a deeper stretch variation of a barbell bench press. Very, very easy to progress. Just pick up slightly heavier dumbbells, maybe add a rep. We'll get into how to progress exercises appropriately in another video, but this is a very good exercise. I like it. We're gonna go S tier. There's not much to say about it. I would program this at least once or twice a week. If you hit chest 3 times a week, I'd probably hit this 2 of those 3 times at least. You can hit it 3 times. But if you do, you might want to mix in some other variations, some other press variations, especially on the tertiary 3rd day. All right, so now we've got a dumbbell pullover, F tier. In relation to chest, we're gonna say that's F tier. Have I programmed this for anybody ever? Yes, one time. Sometimes powerlifters, if they have a shaky unrack, this might help them a little bit. It might help the feeling of it just because it strengthens the little bit of that range of motion for the tricep where it pulls your arm down over the head. It might help a little bit, but it's not something that is required. I don't think it will build your chest very much. in terms of size, pure mass. I don't think it's gonna do a very good job. So for that reason, F tier. All right, looks like we have a floor press. So a floor press, it's an interesting movement. If you haven't seen it before, just imagine you're just bench pressing off the ground. It's an interesting setup to do for sure, especially if you don't have safety racks. But pretty much you're just on your back and you press the bar off of the floor. Is this going to be a good chest exercise? I doubt it. There's some ways you can finagle it, maybe get a little bit more humeral adduction there. You can do that, but I don't think it's going to be optimal. If anything, if I were to program this, I would rather choose a pin press. Similar, you just put the safety racks right next to the bench so that it's on the safety racks instead of your chest, and you press from there. And if anything, it's going to help your triceps and your lockout on bench. So floor press / pin press. We're gonna go D tier. D tier. We're only gonna put it D tier, not F tier, because it is a bench press variation. Your chest will be kind of activated, but you don't need it to build a nice chest if we're talking about hypertrophy. Great accessory otherwise for powerlifting, but not for hypertrophy. Got incline barbell bench press. Incline barbell bench press, we're gonna go S tier here. It's gonna be S tier. So I have it at S tier because you get a nice stretch on the pecs. It's gonna be good for your upper chest front delt. So you're gonna be pressing above your head, which includes the front delt, but you also have the upper chest activation, especially if you get a decent back arch there. The more you arch your back, the more it'll move down the fibers. If you have it completely flat backed, yeah, it'll be more of a front delt exercise, but if you get a good arch like you would on the bench, and you're inclining, you got a nice upper chest activation. I love that movement. I don't see incline dumbbell, so if I had an incline dumbbell on this list, I would put it up there at S tier as well. Incline press movements are really, really good to build this shelf from the shoulders to the upper chest. Very, very good. All right, so next it looks like we have is that a Larson press? So Larson press, feet up bench. We're gonna rope those in together. Larson press, feet up bench. We're gonna have that at A tier, only because it's a less stable chest exercise than like say a barbell bench. I like barbell bench more just because you can get more of a stabilized core. Stronger base, so you can press more through the chest. You get a little more weight on that bar. But if you are looking to expose the weakness in your chest, a feet up bench would be good because you have a minimal arch, so you get a longer range of motion. It will hit your chest a little bit harder than a barbell bench, but in terms of progression, the progression might be a little bit slower. Great accessory for powerlifters. Great accessory for powerlifters, especially if you have problems with speed off of your chest. But in terms of hypertrophy, it'll be A tier, only because you don't have as much stabilization as dumbbell bench press, barbell bench press, and regular variations of a press. All right, so we have what looks like an incline chest fly, incline cable chest fly. So this is gonna be A tier. I love flies. Flies are great. The only reason I don't have this in S tier is because if you're a newer lifter to the gym and you don't quite understand the pathway that you're supposed to take to have an efficient fly, this might be a little confusing. You might come at weird angles, you might cause some discomforts. But if we're going with the cables, I think that's an A tier. There are fly variations that I have in S tier, but we'll get to that soon. But I do like a cable fly over our dumbbell flies just because you get a better squeeze. The resistance profile is more even because with a dumbbell fly, you kind of lose some of the resistance at the top. It's hard to get a good squeeze. All right. So moving on, we have the Bosu ball push-up. We're gonna go F tier. Unstable push-up. It's an unstable push-up. So F tier with that simply because it's hard to progress. If you wanted to progress this, depends on what type of progression you're doing. If you're doing a progression in terms of difficulty and proprioception, you get a softer ball, a wobblier ball. If we're talking about progression in weight, and just force produce. You'd have to put plates on your back. It takes 2 people unless you have insane shoulder mobility. Yeah, so F tier, you do not need to do these. So coming up next, we have, it looks like the pec deck machine. Pec deck machine is gonna be our S tier fly. It's gonna be our S tier fly. The only reason I like this over a cable fly is because you have a laid out bar, or I guess I would say bar path, but you have a laid out path of motion for your humors, and it just makes things a lot simpler. So if you're new to the gym, it's hard to mess this up. The arms only move in one plane, so you can't really mess that up. So we got S tier for the pec deck machine. The only thing about the pec deck machine is you might be waiting for 3 to 5 people to get off of it if you go to gym at 5 p.m. All right, next we have probably one of the dumbest exercises. This guy is very, very large. He's built a nice physique, but it's probably not coming from these. We have plate presses. Plate presses, if you've never seen it, you pinch the weight, extend the arm, pull the arms back. The only chest activation that you might get from this, you might get upper chest activation out away from the body. You get front delt for sure, but it's not gonna be something that's gonna make your chest blow up. Just purely for the reason that it might have a little more chest activation than the things in F tier. We'll have it at the bottom of D tier. I don't think you need to do these. I don't think you should do these. And the fact that he's standing up makes it worse. You could argue that if you did it on a bench, yeah, maybe it could be a little bit better, but the fact that he's standing up makes this a way worse exercise. All right, so next we have the regular push-up. Push-up is C tier. I think the push-up is C tier. It's a great starter exercise for new gym goers, new lifters, new calisthenics pros, soon to be pros. The push-up, it's a solid exercise. It can be progressed. You can change the angle. You can do different variations. But I'm gonna put this at C tier just for availability. Anybody can do it. And then how important it is to use that as a base for your press motions. So push-up is gonna be a great base for the rest of these press movements that we have on here. All right, so let's see what else we got. We have what looks like a reverse grip bench press. All right, so this one puts me in an interesting spot because this video is about, can you put on mass with this exercise? Can you put on mass? Yes. Is it a good idea to try? Without a spotter, definitely not. I don't think you need to do these. I will never do these. I have never done these. I've seen a few videos of guys doing this with 500, 600 pounds. I do not need to do that. You do not need to do that if you want to build a good chest. So for that reason, we're going with D tier, simply because yes, it can be progressed better than what's in F tier. Yes, it'll build more muscle than what's in F tier. But that's gonna be, I think, I'll put it above the plate press. All right, so next we have ring push-ups. So ring push-ups, we're gonna put just above regular push-ups. If we're gonna put push-ups in C tier, ring push-ups have to be a little bit better than that just because they're more difficult. They're a little bit easier to progress just because it's a harder movement. I've done them, I like them. Did I do them past my first few years of lifting? No, once you conquer them, it's one of those things where, okay, where can I get more stimulation? Where can I get better from this? So a little bit better than a regular push-up, C tier. All right, so it looks like we have a cable press. I thought it was a hammer strength flat press, but this is a cable chest press. Interestingly enough, I'm gonna put this in C tier. I'm gonna put it mid C tier, mostly because you can progress it, just move the pins down. Most gyms are gonna have a cable machine. Some gyms don't have chest press machines. If you work out in an apartment gym and all they have is cable machines, yes, you can do this, you can progress this. Most of the times there will be dumbbells there as well, but who knows, you might be in a hotel, something like that, where they only go up to 30 pounds. And you can put 70 pounds on each side on the cable chest press. Is this an exercise that you should do on a weekly basis? No. Can you do it with constraints on equipment? Yes, absolutely. You can progress this. You can do this exercise. If you're gonna take up 2 cables at the gym, I'm just gonna say you better be quick. But you can do this exercise, you can gain muscle off this exercise. If it's all you got, use it. All right. So we got a Smith machine bench press. So before I rank this, I'm just gonna talk about the history of the Smith machine real quick. Smith machine used to be hated on, used to be a leg day thing for the girlies, just do some hip thrusts, some step ups. But recently it's become very, very popular with the men in terms of pressing movements. I think it's a good machine, especially if you use incline. I'm gonna rope incline in with this just because I don't see incline Smith machine on this. And since we're roping in incline, I think it's a good movement. I've programmed this before. It's really good, especially a lot of apartment gyms will have a Smith machine, but will not have free weights. So this is something that's very viable for a lot of people. If you're not trying to become the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, you just want to get that pump in, you can get a very good pump from this. You can get a good stretch. It's got a fixed bar path. That's the only, in a way it can be negative, but in a way it can also be positive. You can focus on a lot more things other than where the bar is going, and you can really focus on the stretch and the squeeze of the chest. So for that, we're gonna put that low B tier. All right, so we got another cable fly variation. Looks like a decline cable fly variation. So we're gonna put that in A tier. It's good. It's just as good as the incline variation. I think I prefer the incline variation, but the decline variation is really good too. I think I like the squeeze on the incline variation more. I think that's why I have it above it right now. But both of them really good. Cable fly is great. You should do a variation of fly at least twice a week, in my opinion. If you have 2 chest days, you should be doing press and fly on each of those days. At least one of each. If you want to have, I don't know if you guys program your own things, but the way I usually program it is I'll have 2 presses, 2 flies. Have 2 to 3 sets. 3 sets if you don't like to train as intense, 2 sets if you train very intense. And that can be a chest day right there. You have 8 total sets of a chest day. Usually I would have shoulders or triceps on that day, but if we're talking about total sets on the chest in one day, 8 to 10, maybe 12 is gonna be your range, depending on a lot of different things. I guess I'll plug right now. If you have questions about how you should structure a chest day, you can reach out to me on my Instagram, Resilient Strength Systems, or even my personal at Losbury on Instagram. But yeah, we can have conversation about it. All right. So next, it looks like we have an exercise ball dumbbell bench press. I'll put this in F tier. I think that's worse than the Bosu ball push-ups. Bosu ball push-ups, you could argue that it could help in some athletic way. I wouldn't normally expect to see an exercise ball dumbbell bench press unless you're in physical therapy or you have specialized programming from a professional. I would never program this. If I did, it would probably be sometime in the future, very far in the future, but this is not needed. If this is all you have, you might as well just go up to D tier and do a floor press with the dumbbells. You do not need to do these. All right, looks like last but not least, we have barbell military press. I love barbell military press for the shoulders. If we're talking about chest hypertrophy, shoulder exercise will not help your chest hypertrophy. Will it help your bench press? Oh yeah. If we're talking about powerlifting and programming for powerlifters, strength sports, military press is one of the best accessories for the bench press. So, with that being said, for a chest exercise, we're just gonna put it in D tier. We're gonna put it definitely above this right here. Because if anything else, add to your bench more than the plate press will. That's all I'm gonna say. So that wraps up our chest exercise tier list. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Check us out on our other socials too, so you can get updates when videos come out and when we have new programs available on our website at resilientstrengthsystems.com.